The fortress maze around us was ablaze, though the sudden rain had doused parts of it. Steam hissed as fire met water, creating dense pockets of smoke. The daimyo lunged first, katana flashing. I sidestepped and rolled, calling forth my shadow clone ninjas to flank him. Their attacks distracted him, forcing split focus, but many clones were consumed in the flames or fell to his powerful strikes. Each swing of the daimyo's katana carried serious risk. When his blade struck, sparks exploded against my armor, sending jolts through my body. I could feel my armor integrity plummet with every close call. 54% was already halfway worn down. Now it became a race against attrition. I parried, countered, and lured him into fire-laden corridors, using both environment and clones to maximize chip damage. Shadow clones darted, some drawing attacks, some absorbing hits, sacrifices to maintain positional advantage. Black powder bombs exploded in fire pits, forcing him into predictable stumbles. I timed katana strikes perfectly, cutting into weak joints in his bamboo armor as flames licked around him. Every impact carried significance. My katana bit into bamboo splinters with a violent crunch, sparks scattering. Flames from previous traps seared my clones and the daimyo alike. A particularly brutal overhead strike from him nearly finished me, reducing my armor integrity dramatically. Sweat and smoke stung my eyes as I rolled backward into a scorched safe zone, muscles tensed and ready. I summoned a second wave of shadow clones, each wielding kunai. They darted through the blaze, hitting his legs and distracting him just long enough for me to strike. A spinning katana swing sent him staggering into a fire pit, chip damage stacking quickly. The daimyo roared, raising both arms for a massive strike. I feinted left, rolled right, triggering a black powder bomb near a lava stream to slow him. I slashed in a downward arc, sparks and smoke filling the air. Shadow clones pounced from behind, and the flames continued to chip at his health. Bamboo splintered under my katana. Each swing carried the weight of strategy. Every clone lost a stark reminder of risk. Finally, with a precise thrust into his chest, his health bar shattered, 0%. By the end, my armor integrity had dropped from 54% to 4%, a testament to the brutal, high-stakes nature of this battle. When the bamboo daimyo finally fell, the fortress rumbled in approval. Loot glimmered across the scorched halls. Green and gold bamboo armor, plus 60% stealth, plus 20% archery, plus 15% to all stats. Kunai of swiftness, increases throwing speed plus 10% attack. Black powder bombs, recovered from traps used earlier, plus 5% strength bonus. Health potion / medicine, restores health, minor buff to endurance. Caltrops can be used to set traps, minor bonus to agility. Pouch of gold, currency for future crafting or purchases. Reinforced bamboo, dropped from defeated bamboo figures, used for crafting additional weapons or traps. Plus 180 stat points. Skill unlocked, environmental weaponization tier 2. I gathered the loot carefully, placing the armor and kunai into my inventory. The stealth bonus would allow me to approach future battles unseen, while the archery boost would pair perfectly with my upgraded Yumi. Every item, every stat bonus strengthened my arsenal and prepared me for the challenges ahead. The smoke lingered in the hallways, the hiss of dying flames echoing through the fortress. My green and gold bamboo armor shifted against my shoulders as I moved cautiously, each step calculated. My katana and tanto were ready at all times, even though no immediate threat remained. Every corridor I entered could hide traps, stray bamboo figures, or environmental hazards left from the chaotic fourth phase. I started with the loot I had gathered. The caltrops were scattered strategically near choke points, ready to slow or disable any wandering bamboo figures or other enemies if the AI triggered them later. The health potion was secured in my quick-use slot. The reinforced bamboo was stacked for crafting, the pouch of gold tucked carefully into my inventory for future upgrades. I moved down a scorched corridor, scanning for interactive objects. Smoke curled around collapsed beams, and I noticed that some black powder bombs had not detonated. A careful trigger sent a controlled explosion, clearing a blocked doorway and revealing a hidden stash. Inside, minor crafting materials, rare wood fragments from collapsed walls, extra kunai, increasing my throwing capacity, Toranako fragments, to be used for shadow clone upgrades. Each item I collected was weighed carefully. I tested the caltrops in a narrow hallway, watching as a bamboo figure triggered them in simulation mode, staggering and falling. The stealth bonus for my armor made it easy to remain unseen while I assessed environmental traps and enemy patrol points. Curious about the Shadow Clone Ninja summon bonus, I deployed a small squad into an empty room with a leftover bamboo figure. Equipping them with standard weapons, I watched them efficiently dismantle the figure, their movements precise and fluid. The stealth bonus from my armor allowed them to approach unnoticed, while the kunai speed increase ensured they struck before any counterattack could occur. I experimented further, setting black powder bombs near corridors and timing the clones to trigger them just as enemies would enter. It was controlled chaos, an opportunity to test the full effectiveness of my stat bonuses, armor stealth, and equipment synergy. I advanced slowly, methodically, checking every corner, every collapsed beam, every room that had previously housed bamboo figures. Each chest, crate, and trap cache yielded materials or weapons. Upgraded throwing knives. Minor projectiles for testing, my projectile launcher. Reinforced bamboo for crafting traps. Shadow clone enhancement items. By the end of the sweep, the fortress was effectively looted, traps set, and my inventory optimized. My stealth bonus allowed me to move without triggering any residual enemies, and my stats made me feel unstoppable. Even cautious, every move was deliberate, every attack calculated. The fortress, once a deadly trial, now felt like a laboratory of strategy, testing my ability to combine environmental hazards, clone assistance, and stat-driven bonuses. I removed the VR headset, blinking against the fluorescent lights of the lab. The hum of active pods surrounded me, Glyph, Sub, and Jen still immersed in their grinding sessions, preparing for the Obsidian Samurai horror fight. The fortress, the bamboo maze, the daimyo, all of it faded to static as I stepped back into the real world. Dev was the only one not in a VR pod. She stood near her monitor, arms crossed, brow furrowed, watching the remnants of my chaos unfold on the secondary screens. Smoke and fire from the virtual fortress still trailed across the display, remnants of the uncontrolled blaze I had set. Her caramel complexion tightened with a hint of frustration. "You set the fortress on fire? Test run broken again," she said, voice a mix of exasperation and amusement. I grinned sheepishly. I like to test boundaries. She shook her head, trying to suppress a smile. "Another broken test," she said, tapping the table lightly. "But it wouldn't be you if nothing got broken." I should be upset, but somehow, I'm not. Her gaze softened. "I mean, it's reckless, yes, but it's you. You push limits. You think outside the script. You're maddening, but brilliant." I shrugged, feeling the familiar thrill of having pushed the game's boundaries to its limits. "I guess I'm a hazard in any era," I said, half joking. Dev laughed lightly, the tension easing. "Hazard, yes. But the fire, the chaos, you made it interesting and very unexpected. I suppose if anyone could survive the bamboo daimyo arena, it'd be you." I smirked. "Well, I like to keep things entertaining." She shook her head again, exasperated but affectionate. "I'm going to make you pay for this later, just not with yelling." I caught her gaze, that subtle warmth lingering beneath the irritation. Somehow the fire, the chaos, the near destruction of the virtual fortress, it all felt worth it.